is showing now at the Gaiety Theatre. And it is quite the production because there is a pub that has been put into the Gaiety Theatre, for one thing, and it's a very immersive musical. David Dawson, first of all, from Three Legs Productions.
Hello.
Faster Mai, welcome to the
Faster
show
Mai.
again. It's lovely to see you. You are directing this, and you are the man who has had to kind of deal with the logistics of this. Tell me about this working pub.
Yes, so we're very lucky. It's the first time it's been done in the Gaiety, as far as we know. So we had to jump through a few hoops when we went to the licensing courts, and really gratefully they gave the license for the stalls, which meant because our performers play the instruments on stage, we don't need an orchestra. So we decided, well, it can be a bar, can't it? It can be a pub. So we have a bar at the front of the theatre.
So it's kind of where the pit is, where the musicians would normally go.
Yeah, so it's there. So we have a special VIP section. So you can drink in the stalls. You can go to any of the already kind of bars in place in the Gaiety, and you can take your drink to stalls. But the lucky few VIPs, they get to go to the front. They can have their drink from the front, and then also they get to go on stage in the interval, so they can be immersed in the kind of pub vibe on stage as well, while we also have some trad music playing and things.
So the audience can actually get on stage as well.
Yep, so if it's first time, if you've never been on the Gaiety stage, you can see it from where the performers' view is. So we had a great group up. They were loving it. Lots of selfies, as you can imagine, happened. So, but it was wonderful. It was kind of a non-stop immersive theatre last night. So
it was your opening night last night, wasn't it?
It was, yes, and we were thrilled to see. It was a packed audience. We had a standing ovation. They literally sprang out their seats, which was just lovely. So yeah, it's been a big job. I saw once, I didn't know of the film, and I took a punt in London about 10, 12 years ago when it was in the West End, and walked in and instantly fell in love. I think it is my favourite musical. And did you then
watch the movie afterwards?
No, I stayed clear. So it was, I can't say how powerful the musical is. I went away afterwards feeling all kinds of emotions. And then when it became available for licensing, for amateur license, as Three Legs, I basically said, no, we've got to get this. I said it's going to be probably the hardest thing we ever put on stage because of the challenges that it has. But I said it needs to come to the island. And yeah, here we are.
Oh, you're romantic, aren't you? He is a romantic. Well, that was the lead piece from it. Falling Slowly. And I'm delighted to say that also in the studio with us, we have the two characters, I can only really describe them as characters, who are going to be performing that and have been performing it last night and will do for the next couple of days. Lorcan and Grainne are with us. Now, you play just characters. You never get named in this, do you?
No, guy and girl. That's all they were. And they didn't have names in the film either. It's part of who they are. Like you've always said that the story's more about them, and that moment the whole show takes place over a week basically.
Yeah, I think the fact that they don't have names is quite poignant. It means quite a lot because it's just about the current moment, isn't it? It's not about their backstory.
Yeah,
their names don't matter really.
So guy and girl are sitting opposite me at the moment. It was opening night last night. How did it go for you two?
It was amazing. I mean, my voice might be sounding a bit deeper than usual this morning, but no, it was absolutely incredible. I've done quite a few shows in the Gaiety Theatre, but I've genuinely, it sounds like hyperbole, but I've never seen an audience reaction like that.
Oh.
We were playing the final song, and there was just a little bit of a break, and one person just did an absolutely massive clap, thinking that was it. But we then continued, and I could hear everyone, all his friends around him, laughing at him, clapping. And then just straight away, it was just everyone up on their feet.
It was a pretty special moment, wasn't it? I think, when you're in your rehearsals for such a long time, you kind of stop seeing it. Like, it's good, you know it's a great show, but it's not until that moment that you think, oh, okay, they love it. Phew.
It's also the kind of moment where you go, oh, this was good. Yeah.
Because, when it comes down to it, it is quite the achievement, because it's not just about being on stage and acting and singing.
No.
You're playing instruments as well.
Yeah.
Live.
Well, So, one of the biggest challenges, I think, and the commitment, and I just want to say thanks to my wife, who's 5.5 months pregnant, for putting up with the last 4 months of me never seeing her. The commitment has been massive, and even more so than usual because, usually when you do a musical, you sing and you act, and then you turn up and the professional musicians are there and they read the notes and then they play, and that's it. Whereas for this, we've had to, well, not only have we had to learn the songs, but some people have had to learn actual instruments as well.
Yeah, so Grainne, people will probably know you more for playing the fiddle perhaps, but that's not what you do in the show, is it?
It's not, no. So that's been a mini journey for me. And it could have been a terrifying one, but I think that coming together of like Steve Dakin and Dave Kilgallen, who are our MDs, they have just been the most supportive people for me from my point of view of having to learn an instrument from scratch.
And what did you learn?
Piano. So
as you do.
Just a really simple instrument.
And again, my family are sick of hearing it, I'm sure. Over and over. No, but I'm just so grateful for the support that I've had for having to learn. It's been amazing.